Back on the 11th day of December of 2010, then Macon Police Department investigators, traffic investigators were called out to Emery Highway, where they found Willie Moses Jr. Had died being hit by a vehicle. The investigation began looking for the vehicle. That investigation ran almost 2 years. And it led on several different leads, finally leading back to Ms. Moore. Witnesses described her car, a car consistent with hers, that the victim in this case was lying in the road already when Ms. Moore hit him and fled the scene. They were able to track parts of her vehicle that were found at the roadside that were consistent with the vehicle she was driving. They were able to track it back. They then researched and found that she had reported that she had hit a dog. We actually went up and got the car from Clayton County. We subpoenaed the records of the repairs done on the car. And finally, talking to witnesses that knew her, she was brought in and she did admit that she hit she was driving down Emery Highway that night. It was about 3 in the morning. Mr. Moses was in the road. She hit him and kept going. So that's why we're here today, under the hit and run statute.
Ms. Moore, have you had a sufficient opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Buford?
Yes, sir.
Has he advised you of the legal and constitutional rights?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Buford, have you had a sufficient opportunity to discuss this case with Ms. Moore?
I have, Your Honor.
Have you advised her of the legal and constitutional rights?
I have.
Are you aware of any defense or defect that would prevent the court from accepting this plea?
I'm not aware of any problems with it, and we ask the court to consider accepting.
I find it a factual basis that the defendant will understand the legal and constitutional rights and I'll accept the plea.
Your Honor, Ms. Moore is entered the plea.
Guilty plea has been entered, Your Honor. With the assistance of counsel, I am noting a null cross count 1 on the indictment, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state?
All right, like I said, it's a joint recommendation of 5 years with 90 to 120 in the PDC. All the terms and conditions are left up to your court pursuant to pretrial negotiations.
Is there a mandatory fine associated with this penalty?
No, Your Honor, there is not a mandatory fine, but I would ask that there be a fine, but I'll leave it up to Your Honor.
Mr. Buford.
Your Honor, we ask the court to accept this plea. This has been a difficult case for Ms. Moore. She's pleased with the resolution of it today. We think it's fair. She has 3 children. She has not driven a car since this has happened. She's has taken some DUI courses, one through Department of Driver Services, and another one she's taken through an outpatient course for several months. She's doing a lot better. A couple of things we'd like to bring to Your Honor's attention. She, I think, is eligible for first offender treatment. I've explained to her how first offender can help her and how first offender can hurt. Of course, the maximum for this statute is 5 years, which is the probation amount she's getting. But she would like to be treated as a first offender. My understanding under the plea is a couple of things that once she is in the law enforcement center, her time will also count. And Mr. Reagan, what are we going to say about
That she was given credit for the time that she did on this case that we discussed at the pretrial conference, and we'll get the numbers to close. But I think Mr. Buford and I are aware of where we are.
Yeah, we've got a number in mind that Mr. Reagan and I will report the court about, but in essence, she's getting credit for some of that time. And we ask the court just to consider the circumstances of it. I thank Mr. Reagan for working with us. We think it's a very fair disposition. We ask the court to consider
Bucher explain to you what first offender is about?
Yes, sir.
In your case, it's not gonna make a whole lot of difference in terms of time that you could go to jail. What will make a difference is whether or not you wind up with a felony conviction on your record. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
What do you do now?
I want to finish going to school for nursing, that's why I'm using my first offender.
But what do you do now?
Right now, nothing because of my license. I have a job lined up for me. I'm done serving the time.
Doing what?
Going back to Longhorn where I worked previously.
Did you go to these forms, Mr. Bucher, conditions of probation, and you're writing on the heavy corporate statute?
Yes, sir.
Did he explain them to you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand them?
Yes, sir.
You got any questions about it?
No, sir.
All right, well, I find you guilty based on your plea of guilty, and sentence you to 5 years in penitentiary. I'll allow you to serve that sentence on probation, provided that you ever complete 90 to 120 days of probation detention. You'll get credit for the time that you serve. You're gonna have a $32 a month probation fee, and a $500 fine. And I will treat you as a person. And I want Mr. Ray.
Mayor,
Good.
No, no.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.